pretty freaking good.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action.
Alright, so doing a little project today. We're going to be installing a saltwater bow deck wash on the front of the boat. But a little bit of irony is we have this crazy rainstorm in. So I'm going to be installing a deck wash when the deck's all being washed by nature. But anyways, so the little backstory to this is when we bought the boat, it had a through hull on the front, which was fantastic, which is for a deck wash. These brass through hulls with a 90, and then it had a old, and I mean old, deck wash pump, or basically for a deck wash. I think it's made for like live wells, all this stuff, and it's a electric motor, the big brass pump, like something you would see on like a agricultural pump, but it's tiny, but it's just like a really small. It's not like a traditional what you would think of, not like a raw water pump or anything like that. And so it had it on here installed right directly to the through hull when we bought the boat. And so through the course of the summer, a deck wash pump for me would just be amazing. That's one thing that's been on my list. Lucy is potty trained to go to the bathroom up on the deck, and so we got to rinse it off. But the biggest one for me is the anchor. So if you're in a sandy environment, I wouldn't know, but I'm guessing down south when you're in like sand, it's probably not a big deal. You just bring up your anchor and it's probably clean as hell from sand. Here we get, in the Pacific Northwest, get a lot of mud. And I mean, to the point where like I've taken buckets and thrown them at the chains. It's so muddy, you'll pull up like this tube of mud sometimes if you're in a real muddy bottom anchorage. And even just chucking water in a bucket won't knock it off. It literally needs to be scrubbed off. I mean, I've actually had when we leave an anchorage, we drag the anchor and I kick it off with a pipe pole and literally just drag it until it knocks all the crap off. Anyways, so this boat has a big flat deck, and so when you haul it up on there, it just not only puts a muddy chain in your locker, which I can't stand, when you rinse it all off, all the mud on it just drools all over it. So anyways, point is, the deck wash will be nice to wash it for the dog, but also having a saltwater deck wash with decent pressure will be awesome, because I'm going to use it to hose off the chain, and I eventually may even tee off of it and have a little hose just shooting at it for a little chain wash, and it'll make a world difference for my chain locker and for my deck. And so this is like a big plus I've been really wanting to do. They're not cheap. So anyways, back up. So I have this pump that's already on here, so I hook it up and I hit it, and I hook it up and I run a hose. So I already have a new hose that I've ran. You'll see that in the video. It's in the front bedroom. Underneath is a through hole. I ran the hose up, all the way up, and put a deck feeding and did a 3/4 like normal threaded hose fitting on the flush mount on the deck. And I installed it in the chain locker. So because I don't like punching holes in the deck for leak reasons, for whatever reason that ever leaks, it's just going to go into the chain anchor locker and drain into the bilge. So I installed it, did all this stuff, got all jacked, I hit it, and it dribbles out. I mean, it just pulled it apart. It is all brass with a brass plus sign impeller wheel, so I'm really not sure how it would ever build pressure, and I don't think it's actually even meant to. I meant that somewhat volume kind of trickles water into like a live well or something, but we've got like a 6-foot vertical, and so I don't think it would do it. So fast forward, I finally break down and bought a pressure regulated deck wash pump. So it's literally made for big hose, big volume. It's pressure regulated, so I'm gonna have an on-off switch on the bulkhead that I click over the most time, and then I did a quick release hose on it. So basically, when we're not using it, we click it off. When we're on it, we'll hit it, and basically when you use it, you click it like a freshwater pump. It will automatically kick on when it senses the pressure loss, and then it'll run until you let go, and it should shut off, and then run until you let go and it shut off. So that'll be a pretty cool setup. It wasn't cheap. I think it was $300 or something for a kit, and I actually bought it. So what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to show removing the old one, and installing the new one onto the new pipe, and then show basically hooking my deck wash up. This is the old pump. That little freaking impeller doesn't build any pressure. I don't know why. But yeah, this dinosaur is gonna come out. You trying to tell me something? That I need to get you juice for right now? Yeah, you're being nice on camera. Yeah, there we go. Alright, juice break. But yeah, this will pull this out and start figure out what fitting I need for this. What? Alright, so I got this piece out. Yeah, it looks like it's a jab skill. You see that label on it? Old school. But yeah, so this is the fitting that went to that 90 on the through haul. So I'll look through my drawer. I usually have a shitload of these of fittings. So what I want to do is I want to go from this to a barb end, and then I'll run a soft line. Hopefully I run a soft line from this to barb from through haul, and then I'll run a short length. And then I'll mount it up about here, and so there'll be a little length here, and then also better access to the through hall shut off, because I don't like that when this was in there. It was crazy hard to get your hand in there. So yeah, and so then we'll start fitting this guy in here, get some electrical done, and then get it popped off. So all right, so we're back at it. This is day 2. I went and got a fitting I needed. I got the brass one, and I didn't have to step it down. We are back on anchorage, so we're off the dock, which is nice, because every time I think I'm gonna get stuff done when we go into a dock, I end up running around because we don't have to dinghy in. It makes it faster. So yeah, so this turned into a 2 day. Sometimes the little things on boats, they turn into 2, 3, 4 weeks, just because you'll start a project and then something comes up and you got to put it away. In my case up there, put a bunch of stuff in the way, and then you gotta pull it back apart, and it becomes far more energy than if you could just like be at a shop at home where you can work on something and walk away and shut the door like I used to do. So this is like working on renovations in your home kind of thing. So yeah, so this is going into a 2 day. It's really not a hard task, but I went and got some stuff, so I should be able to button it up pretty quick. I already put the fitting on real quick, the brass fitting. But yeah, so let's go down and see what we're looking at. Okay, so I got the new fitting there. I just did, like I said, it's a 3/4 NBT to 3/4 line. This is the one I installed on the other pump, so I'll end up trimming this down, and then this guy I'm going to pre-drill to the top of the shelf, and I'll mount it underneath. I want to move it this way because then I'll have better access to the through, and I can actually put little things in here. Nothing, I don't mind getting damp, and then I got some more hose to go from here to here. Alright, so a couple things here. So I got that line hooked up. And what I did is I used a pressurized potable water line there. Just because I like that it's clear, I can see when I'm sucking crap up, because this is the strainer, but you can't always see in the strainer very well. So this line right here gets gunked. And this gunked up, I know I need to clean this and this. That's one. I gotta go get more hose clamps, but you always double hose clamp through hauls just for added security. And then you can see here there's a little twist here, which I had to kind of finesse to get in. But now we got, anyways, we got the line on there. That one's in. I'm gonna put this side on, and then I'll crack the through hull, make sure I don't have any leaks. But yeah, you can see here, but it's pretty simple. All right, got that clipped in. All right, got that clipped in. All right, so I got a couple daisy chain wires ran to a couple bus bars over here in the chaos. I got one of these alligator clip, double-ended alligator clips. If you don't have one of these are great for testing stuff. Spent quite some time doing electrical in the past. One thing I strongly recommend is always test your power source, run a jumper over and test it up. There is times where shit comes out of the box not working, and so I tested this one, and then when I install stuff I test it again, because I've been in a place when I did it for a living where I've ran wires to something like a customer and do all this tucking and everything zip tied up, it's all super nice, and then you hit it and it doesn't work, and you got to troubleshoot through, and it might not even be your stuff, you know, it's what you're going to. So it's like, before you tuck and do everything, run a jumper across so that if it works, and then you run your wire through and tuck it all up, and it doesn't work, then you know it was you. Okay, so that's just a favor for that. So these little gator clips are freaking sweet for that. And we can plug it in real time and see if we got some leaks. Okay, so it should kick on and then make pressure. And if I have leaks, it'll just make a mess. There we go. Or did it pop it? Popped it. Okay, so that was a 7.5 that I stole just because it was near me. That's what I get for being lazy. And I need to get more fuses because I think that was my last 15. So let's try this again. All right, do your thing. Working. Now this is the cool part about a pressurized system. Cool / not cool if you're not good at it. The cool part of a pressurized system is you can check for leaks and you don't got to look that hard, because they will show you. So everything looks like it's not leaking here. If you know me, you know I like O-rings. I do not like O-ring clip fittings, not at all. They work fine, don't trust them. But as long as the O-rings are good, they'll last. Yeah, looks like we got a non-leaker. So let's go up front, see if we make some pressure. So let's see what we got. Oh, that's anticlimactic. What the fuck? Not a good sign. Okay, Houston, we have a problem. Ah, it sucks. Whoa. Boat life is never boring. Alright, so let's go back and figure out what the heck happened. So I heard it pressurized. It might have blown a fuse again, which is not a good thing because that was the right size fuse. And nope, it's still good. What happened? Oh shit, how stupid. I twisted this wire together. Oh, dumb. All right, here we go again. Well, it's not leaking, that's good. That's a good sign. Nice. The nozzle's bunk though. All right, so this is the nozzle I got. It's like a freaking garden nozzle, but it's got all the different adjustments and stuff. I just thought it looked kind of goofy on the front, but screw it. All right, let's try this again. It's pretty freaking good. Let's see if I can get it. That's pretty impressive. So this boat's 45. I'm like 3 feet from the back. Give you an idea. I don't know if you can see it, but I mean, it's definitely back by the helm. I mean, it shoots, let's say a good 25 feet or so. So that's pretty cool. That's what I really wanted, was like, not high standards, but I want some pressure, you know? And so I figured with a manual pump, I want to get the high pressure. It's supposed to be 60 PSI. I think it's 60, which is pretty high pressure. I mean, it's like, it's almost house pressure. It's pretty cool. And then just freaking shower mode. I mean, it's saltwater, but still, it just seems crazy. We're not using our freaking fresh water. So now I gotta run down, actually wire it up, which freaking sucks. But we're almost there. So I gotta actually wire it up, and we'll see if it still works after I do that. But we're getting close. So I think we're into day 3 on this thing now. But I forgot to pick up the camera. I was doing the wiring install. Wasn't super exciting. Went from here to there, put a fuse on it, ran it across, and then I got this switch down here. Basically click it on, click it off, and obviously it's not pumping up because it's pressurized. So that's it right there, kind of tucked up underneath, so that's nice. It runs good. I actually pressurized it about an hour ago now, so that's pretty nice. So it's holding pressure good. I got to get a new faucet. That one garden hose one I showed yesterday, it's still dripping a little, and so yeah, so that's it really. Thought there'd be more to add, but there's not. I've already showed how the faucet works. Everything works good. I just had to hook the switch up, and yeah, more money. So I'm gonna put the cabinet doors back on that, get everything cleaned up, and now we have a saltwater wash down pump. So I'll be awesome because we're picking up early tomorrow to move. Been spinning like crazy this anchorage, so I know it's just full of mud. So that'll be cool. Maybe I'll film that tomorrow too and show. But things got some pressure, so it should knock all that shit off. So that's all I got. If it's something you're interested in doing, have questions about maybe adapting it to yours or anything, comment below. I'll be happy to help. But this was a pretty wham bam one, but it's a super nice luxury to have on a boat. Saltwater wash down for the deck. So that's all I got. Later. Bye.
Don't wanna sleep.